What's going on, good people? It's Greater Purpose 13. Back at it again. It's been a long time since I've recorded anything. The honest truth, I've just been very busy. Work, personal goals, just life itself. You know, I went through some rough times, family issues, but, in all things, God is faithful and He works for the good of those who trust and love Him. So, yeah, I'm back. Now, I'm going to get straight to it. These are my 3 EDCs. That's what I carry day in, day out. It all depends what I'm wearing, what the weather's like, and amongst other things. But I just wanted to show them real quick. This video is I'm going to try to make it as short, sweet, and to the point as possible. The Walther PDP in the FDE color. I have, I'm going to skip this one. I'm going to go to this one, because I got a little backstory with this. The Springfield Hellcat Pro, and the SIG Spectre comp slide, but with an X macro frame. And what's crazy is I didn't buy the X macro. Honestly, the story is so outrageous how I end up with a X macro frame. I don't even think it's worth telling, because I could just if it wasn't me, I wouldn't believe it. But yeah, I was able to get my hands on the X macro frame, and I already had the Spectre comp, the SIG Spectre comp. So, but I had the Mischief Machines frame on there, and it was great. But then when I got the X macro grip frame, it was just like, okay, that's it. I have to get this. I have to get this. Yeah, so I'll just quickly go over the guns. I'll tell you right now, there's not much that I don't like about these guns. If I want to nitpick at little minor things, I'm sure I could think of stuff, but this is it for me. I like these guns so much that I actually got rid of all my other handguns, my staccatos. I sold them all. Now I'm just down to just these 3 guns, and that is it. I'm joking. I'm absolutely joking. I would never do that. I still own my staccatos. I still haven't shot the video of my Langdon Tactical Beretta. Still haven't showed my Staccato P, but you guys have seen my Staccato XC and my C2 DPO. I'm thinking about getting an Atlas Athena, but I'm going to have to probably start an OnlyFans page to save some extra money to make that purchase. It's either that or Nighthawk. What is it? TRS comp, something like that. Yeah, one of those. Either the Atlas or the Nighthawk. That's gonna be the next big thing that I get. The Walther PDP. Where do I start? I don't want to sound, so typical. Oh, the gun is perfect. There's no such thing as a perfect gun. Because perfect gun means everyone would find it perfect, and that's not true. But as far as for me, what I like about it is the grip frame, the texture. None of these guns has ever malfunctioned. No failure to feeds, failure to extracts, nothing. All 3 have been flawless. I will say this: I think Walther made a horrible mistake by naming their the Walther F series, you know, the F standing for, you know, is based. It's a gun made for females. Yeah, that's gonna hurt some egos. But you know, I try to not look into that. I don't let stuff like that, you know, bother me. What I will say is, one thing I've learned about YouTube is I'm very careful about who reviews I'm paying attention to. You know, the F series to me feels even better than the standard Walther PDP. And I've seen reviews where men are saying, yeah, you know, this gun, it was made for females, and, you know, my big, you know, huge Shaquille O'Neal hands, you know, this gun doesn't fit my hand. But yet they review, let's say this gun, it's the Springfield Hellcat, or the first P365 that came out, and then they're like, yeah, even though it's small, but it fits great in my hand. You see, that's the BS I'm talking about. You know, how could, you know, the P365 fit great in your Kawhi Leonard size hands, but all of a sudden, because the Walther PDP says F series and it's based towards women, all of a sudden, you know, your Goliath hands are too big for that small weapon. So obviously it's all BS. It's just, you know, just miss me with the BS, basically. The trigger on the Walther is to me, it's second to none as far as striker fire goes. But I will tell you this, stock triggers on all three, Walther PDP wins. But I did do some work to all three triggers. Well, not the Walther. I just polished the internals. I polished all three internals. All three guns, their internals have been polished. But the one with the best trigger here is the SIG. It is the SIG. I'll get back to that. What else did I do? Obviously, I put a Trigicon on there. It works great. Lower 1/3. Is this lower 1/3? Yeah, it's lower 1/3. Co-witness. I'm accurate as hell with this gun. I love it. It is a little big, you know, but like I said, as long as what I'm wearing and where I'm going and what purpose I need this gun to serve is met, then I have no problem carrying it, obviously. That's why it's in my EDC rotation. Yeah. What else did I do? Oh, all my guns get night vision. Fission. It's a F. It's weird. Fission. Night vision sights. To me, that they hands down the best in my opinion. I love their iron sights. You could never go wrong with the Trigicon RMR. My only gripe with Trigicon with RMRs are obviously you got to remove the dot in order to change the battery. Even though the battery is gonna last, you know, a while, but still, you know, it isn't a nuisance because now you have to re-zero your gun. Moving on, I'm gonna do the Springfield next. Springfield, this is my baby right here. Springfield Hellcat Pro. I got the TLR 7 sub light. Shout out to Streamlight. I love their products. They make great products. What was I saying? Yes, I have the Streamlight TLR 7 sublight on there. What upgrades did I make? Okay, so I got the Apex extended mag release, the Apex trigger, and the Apex takedown lever. I have, once again, night vision sights, iron sights, lower 1/3 co-witness. I got the Holosun 507K. I'm probably gonna look into getting a what you call that, the Holosun EPS carry. Yeah, I like the idea of having an enclosed red dot. Is it mandatory? No. Has my guns ever malfunctioned, or the red dot, I should say, ever malfunctioned because it's an open red dot? Absolutely not. I didn't have to make these little upgrades, but why not? You know, the other day, you know, my girl, she got on my nerves, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna treat myself to some upgrades. I'm joking, you know. She's awesome. She's very supportive of the expensive taste that I have. But I decided to get these little Apex toys added on, and they feel great. One thing I will say, I was a little skeptical about the extended mag release because of my holster, and the takedown lever because of my holster. You know, is it gonna interfere or impede, you know, me reholstering the gun? But it hasn't played, you know, any type of negative factor into the functionality of the gun or reholstering the gun. One thing I love about the extended mag is now I don't have to break my grip in order to release the mag. It's right there. To me, that's awesome quality right there. This here, like I said, it was totally unnecessary. It doesn't change anything in the gun, but it just looked cool, and it was like, what, $30 with some coupon thing that I had, or 40, whatever it was. And I was just like, whatever, okay. Money down the drain, but you only live once. The trigger, now that made a big difference. Again, I literally stripped all these guns apart down to the very core of, you know, it could possibly be stripped down, and I polished everything that I feel plays a factor into how smooth the gun will shoot and so forth. And it took me forever to do it, to take them apart, polish them, and put them back together. But thank God I was successful. I don't like changing parts on EDCs, but this trigger here is just the trigger shoe that I change. But the trigger bar and everything that's inside of all three of these guns are still stock, because to me, in my personal opinion, you should not mess with the reliability of the gun. You know, if you have guns, you know, that you just want to have fun with and do whatever. Matter of fact, you could do whatever you want to do to whatever gun you own, whether it's EDC or not. But my personal decision is, there's nothing I can do to this gun that's going to make it function better than how the manufacturer put it out for sale. All I could do is match it or decrease the reliability of the gun. But what I will say, this Apex trigger, it made a huge difference. Before I polished the internals, I was getting about a 5, close to 6 pound pull on trigger pull on the Springfield. This one here, it's 5 pounds, but I'm telling you, Walther, I don't understand how does a 5 pound trigger feels like a 3 pound trigger pull. It just, I don't know what type of magic they're doing, but there's something in this gun that is absolutely magical. And even though I'm getting a roughly 5 pound pull, it never feels more than maybe 3.5 pound pull. I absolutely love the trigger on the Walther, and people rave about Canic triggers, but Canic their triggers are pretty much based off of a Walther trigger. So to get back to this, when I polished the internals, it dropped down to about 5.5 pound pull. Now with the Apex trigger, I'm getting about a 4 pound, 10 ounce, 4 pound, 15 ounce at most pull. So it's close to 5 pounds, but on average, it's about a 410. It's about a 410. The gun it shoots great. I said I was gonna get Monsoon Tactical to port it for me. I decided not to do that. The gun it works It functions, shoots great, and the grip was just literally made for my hand. I love all three grips. I will say the F-Series grip I like more than the standard Walther PDP grip. It just, I don't know. I don't have the biggest hands in the world, but it just fits my hand perfectly. But as far as these two go, I can't decide which grip I like more. They're perfect. They are perfect. And the reset on the Apex, that's where the difference really shined. I could not believe, how much shorter of a reset that I gained with the Apex trigger shoe. Because, like I said, the insides of this gun, the internals are all stock. Yeah. What don't I like about this gun? I'm pretty sure my silence says a lot. Next. Now, this here, if I had to pick which one is my fave out of the three, man, I don't know. Because on some days, I feel like it's the Walther. On other days, I feel like it's this. It would have to be between. It would be between the SIG P365 and the Walther. This would get third place, but this is no slouch at all. I'm talking about if I had to give it a score. Okay, let's just say I give this a 10. The Walther would get a 9.8, and the Springfield is getting a 9.2. So that's how much I love my EDCs. Like I said, there's a long story which would sound like I'm lying about how I was able to get an X Macro grip frame without actually buying the X Macro, but I have it. And I absolutely love it. Love it so much that, like I said earlier, I took off my Mischief Machines grip, and I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But this wins, hands down. I love this gun. I absolutely love this gun. And I had a Gray Guns trigger shoe that was laying around. So, again, took the gun apart, polished. Well, the internals was in this gun was already polished, but I decided, you know what? I'm going to polish it again and even better. And I did. This gun was the hardest to put back together. The P365's FCU, every part needs each other, not for functionality, because that's obvious. No, just to hold the FCU together. This part needs to lay up against this part, which needs to be against that part, or else everything just... It's like playing Jenga with this FCU. Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, this is my fave out of the three. It is. Like I said, if this is a 10, the Walther's a 9.8 or whatever I said, and then the Springfield's a 9.2. The reason why I'm giving this the edge is because of the trigger. And the trigger is everything. The internals are stock, but what I did was I got the tactical, what's it called? Tactical Triggers? Yeah, I think that's the name of the company, Tactical Trigger. I hope I'm correct. And they came with it comes, with a nice kit, different various tools and things that you can use to get your trigger pull to wherever you want it to be. But the only thing that I needed was that little spring for that crisp trigger break, which I will show you right now. And I'll show you all three trigger pulls. So this is my take up. I'm at the wall. See, it's not a long take up, but I'm at the wall. right? I'm gonna go as slow as I can, and please tell me if you see any creep, because I can't. I'm going slow, going slow, going slow. That's as slow as I can go. Here's the reset. Look at the reset. Oh my goodness. This gun's amazing. I'll do it one more time. I'm going slow, going slow, going slow. Come on, camera, focus. And yeah. Yep. Unbelievable. Man, I'm getting emotional. So let me show you the Springfield with the Apex trigger. This does have creep. It's more of like a rolling brake, but you know, Apex is known for that. Like if you have Apex trigger in your Glocks, you know it's a nice brake, but it has sort of like it rolls into the brake type of feel. But it lightened up the trigger tremendously. Here's my take up and going slow. See, this one, you can see a little bit of the creep. It's not much. I'm telling you, this trigger is awesome. I highly recommend, if you have a Springfield Hellcat Pro, get the Apex trigger. You won't regret it. And I got to show you how the reset, but I'll pull the trigger one more time. Here we go. Slow. There it is. And then here's the reset. Pull again, slow. Let me show you y'all the reset one more time. Here's the reset. Yeah. And what I love is that after you press the trigger, it's like the gun is pushing your finger out so you could reset the trigger. It's you highly recommend. And of course, to me, the king, Walther's stock trigger. Yep. What more can I say? Here's the reset. Oh wait, I didn't reset. All right, here we go. Here's the reset. There we go. See, and this one, here's a con I will give to Walther. When it reset, it pushes your finger. It naturally pushes your finger past the point of the reset, so you have to bring it back a little bit in order to get back on the wall, and then, yeah. So we'll take off half a point for Walther's reset. But yeah, let me finish showing what's on. Well, it's not much else to show. Same light, TLR 7 sub, Holosun 507K. If you didn't buy a P365 yet, please get the macro. If you own a P365 and thinking about getting the macro, just do it.